Good evening and welcome back to Mystic Matters. We are the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, and good evening, Tricia Walsh. Nice to have you back with us.
Thank you, Susette.
And you look fantastic.
It's great to be back.
And here we are, closing in on the fall and winter. I know it's been beautiful out, but we have to say it is fall and winter.
I know. It's hard to believe, but yes. We're finally talking about the fall things, and actually past the fall things, we're going into our winter things.
So what is actually coming up? I know it's very exciting for the Chamber of Commerce right now. We've got a lot of things going on.
Yes, so we're very busy planning. We're already planning 2016, but right now
we are.
Yes,
okay.
We at the Chamber are making sure that 2016 is going to be filled with great events. But one thing that we do have going on is Mystic Restaurant Week, which is November 9th through the 15th. Participating restaurants in the greater Mystic area will offer either a price fixed menu or for lunch and dinner, or some sort of a special to participate in that. It's we have a Facebook page, mysticrestaurantweek.com. Is the website, and then on Facebook Mystic Restaurant Week. I encourage you to check it out, and we want to thank our wonderful sponsor for that, Pochel & Pochel.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, Susan, thank you once again. And what's nice about Restaurant Week, too, if you haven't had the opportunity to visit, I think Mystic has the best restaurants. We have the best restaurants, and if you hadn't had the opportunity to go down into a couple of restaurants which you haven't visited in the past, or you want to try some new ones, it gives you an opportunity to just get that taste.
Absolutely. I mean, especially, what we do is we always do one day as a staff lunch.
Yes.
And so
you
we'll
do?
go out. Yes.
Well,
you're not staff.
I know I'm
you're
not staff, but I
staff.
thought I'd get invited. But anyways, what day is that, Tricia?
But yes, definitely check out mysticrestaurantweek.com to list all the participating restaurants, and mysticchamber.org on our website will link right to that as well.
Okay, and then we have the annual dinner coming up.
Annual dinner, December 3rd. It is going to be a great gala. We are looking forward to it.
That's going to be fantastic.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank you for that, Tricia, and thank you for coming back and hosting again. So we have some great people on tonight, and I may get this wrong. There's a whole story to the name of this organization, which I happen to love. But I think we're going to introduce the Chorus of Westerly. Did I get that right?
Correct, and we're going to introduce the very important people at
the Chorus of Westerly. So why don't we just get right into that, Tricia?
Yeah. So I'm pleased to welcome Andrew Howell, the music director rather. We have Ryan Saunders, the executive director, and we have Ashley Shea, the Patron Services manager. So welcome to all of you.
Thanks.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. And now, Ashley, I know you're brand new to the chorus.
Yeah.
How long have you been with the chorus now?
I think it's been about 2 months.
Okay.
Almost.
2 months?
1 month?
1 month.
Feels like 2 months.
It seems like 2 months, right?
It's been 2 months.
Hey, well, so you've been around.
Maybe I've lived here for 2
You've
months,
been
but
around.
I've worked there for 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so what does the Patron Services, what does that entail?
So, I mean, my job, first of all, is I manage the box office and ticket sales for the Chorus of Westerly. I sort of work as some support for Ryan and support for Andrew. And primarily just taking care of our chorus members and taking care of our patrons, making sure that everybody's happy, if they need anything, just kind of being there for our patrons and the members of our chorus and the children and their families as well. So just sort of being that link to...
So how long has the Chorus of Westerly been in existence?
Well, we're in our 57th season right now. We just started our fifth. So George Kent founded the chorus in 1959 when he was 21. And he retired in 2012. And
unbelievable.
We were fortunate enough to find Andrew Howell, who actually studied with George at the University of Rhode Island, to come in and take over for him. So Andrew's starting his 4th season. So it's been quite a ride, 57 years later, but here we are.
So Andrew, I just, and you heard it here, but just a quick question. Will there be 50 some odd years for you for the chorus?
I have no idea.
Some lifetime contracts.
The chorus will be going in 50 years. I don't know if I'll be at the helm, but I will stay on for a while.
But it's got to be your passion. It has to be something. I mean, you're coming sort of full circle, having worked and studied with George, and you're coming really full circle.
Absolutely. And even before that, I started singing in the chorus as a treble, a young boy, when I was 12 years old in 1995. So I grew up through the ranks of it. I experienced the organization and everything that was a part of it. I met my wife in the chorus. I've got a lot of tangled web in the chorus.
Right. So you were destined. This is a sort of a I mean, it's just ironic.
That's a wonderful way to put it, but I don't know if it was destiny or not.
Okay.
The process that I went through was grueling, as would be expected, and thankfully I was the one who they selected in the end to move the chorus forward in this. But taking over for someone who had been there for 53 years, even knowing the organization and knowing him and having worked with him, it's been quite a curve, but it's been a wonderful experience. People have finally stopped telling me the large size of shoes that I need to fill, and I think I'm just wearing my own shoes now, which is
but
very
I
nice.
think that is probably something that would be natural for the community and the organization to do those comparisons. However, from what I understand through the community, that you are just doing a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
We're happy to have you.
Well, the chorus is doing very well, and they are rising to all of the challenges that I'm setting for them.
Fantastic.
One thing, I mean, we're so entrenched, we understand what the chorus is, what you guys do, what your events are at the chamber, because we work together, Susette, in the community. But we reach a greater demographic on this TV show. So maybe you could just explain to the viewer what exactly is the Chorus of Westerly.
Perfect.
You want to take this? Or you want me to?
No, you go ahead.
The chorus is it's about right now a 200-voice symphonic choral organization that presents in a season a very large performance season of masterworks. So we almost always perform with full symphony orchestra. Occasionally we'll do a concert a cappella or a small ensemble. You find choruses similar to us in terms of the works that we're performing in major cities. Rarely do you find it in a town as small as Westerly.
Right.
What makes us unique, beyond the fact that we're in this community here doing this music, is that about half of our membership are children who are between the ages 8 and 18. There's only one other chorus in the U.S. that has that model. Our model is very actually European-based. So that means a child singer is treated with equal rank once they pass certain levels of tests and proficiency as an adult singer. So an adult singer who could be singing in college and then going off to being in a big, the Chicago Symphony Chorus or something, and get one shot in their life to sing the Verdi Requiem, for example. Here in Westerly, we're providing children with that opportunity as well. So when we perform, you see children and adults singing side by side, and that's a very, very unique and special thing. The other big thing that's very different and unique about us is that we happen to own our own performance venue, the George Kent Performance Hall.
Right.
And we are one of 3 choruses in the U.S. that actually owns their own space. Take all that together, and that we're also a presenting organization. Very often you see symphonic choruses attached to a symphony. The Tanglewood Festival Chorus is the Boston Symphony Orchestra's resident chorus. The San Francisco Chorus, things like that. They're attached to the big symphonies out there. But we're the lead organization, so we present the season, we schedule all the works, we sell all the tickets, we raise all the money. We're an operation that, quite frankly, shouldn't happen in this particular community in Stonington and in Westerly. And it's high-level arts, though, that's happening right here. And the fact that it's sustained and grown for 57 years is borderline miraculous. And I'm not just tooting our own horns, but there's every reason why, over that period of time, we should have collapsed as an organization in terms of the competition just around us. But we haven't, and that comes to great leadership that we've had, not just from George Kent and his 5 decades doing this, but so many supporting members of the community that have been on our boards or helped guide us through periods, and members in both the Connecticut and Rhode Island state delegation who've helped us find arts money for generations, and also to Andrew in terms of his work coming out here. Andrew Howell is actually our best success story ever, because Andrew and his mom moved into the area when he was just before he was a teenager, and Andrew didn't have any particular background or experience in music before that happened. He was a child that we recruited in, not we, I was a teenager then, but the chorus recruited in and gave him access and exposure to just singing and performing this great level of music. And that completely changed his life. I mean, he said he met his wife, but his whole life was created out of the chorus.
Right.
And
it has shaped my life.
When the founders put this all together in the 50s and 60s, their goal was for the kids all these communities around here to have a chance to do something really, really special with music as the vehicle, so it would make their lives that much better and give them focus. Well, here you know, the chorus actually trained the next director itself, and so
Right, and the next generation.
precisely.
next
So
generation
just like
there,
Andrew, I'm
right.
also a former chorus child
Right.
too. That the same way my instruction, you know, I had all the music training as well,
Mm-hmm.
but not at the level. I don't have the talent nearly that this guy has in it. But I was taught in things like You know, I was working a fundraiser when I was 13 years old. You know, learning arts administration from folks when I was 16. So it's both this professional musical organization and this amazing community organization that has profound impact across all of southern New England, and that's what we're about. So it's
You know, he just put that so eloquently
Yes.
that I
Well,
just,
thank
you know, and Tricia, to the point where she was saying, you know, you have a broader audience. I'm going to
Very
get
much.
back to your audience as well, but for people like Tricia and I who are also entrenched in this community, have grown up in this community, and basically have done what the two of you have done.
Yeah.
Said, you look at, you know, Stonington, Mystic, Westerly, Pawcatuck, and you know the borders of Rhode Island. This is where we want to stay. This is where we want to build our home. This is where we want to work, and this is our passion. For us at the Chamber, the Chorus of Westerly, we own it.
Mhm.
You're
You
us,
do.
and we are you. So you know, so for the broader audience out there, you know, I encourage all of you to get online to see what they do, because for our parameters, we know just how great the Chorus of Westerly is, and of course, we get back to talking about your facility and owning that facility, which is how many places? I mean, how many organizations can say that? And we'll get to the weddings
Sure,
and things
sure.
that you can actually have there, and the receptions. But tell us, you know, exactly who are your audiences? I mean, who are these people that come to see you? And you know, every year after year after year, look at this organization, say we're going to be part of it. Who are these people?
Yeah, well, we sing in front of about 30,000 people every year.
That's amazing.
Sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but the bulk of that is about 25,000. That comes with our annual Summer Pops performance, which is
Now,
held
see, I didn't know that.
in downtown Westerly every year.
I didn't know it was that big of an audience.
It's that
So
big of an
thank you.
it's that big of an audience.
Wow.
And we've done some demographic surveys on that, and about 40% of that audience actually comes from the Connecticut side, and 60% from the Westerly side, and most of them come from either New London County on Connecticut side and Washington County on the Rhode Island side. But we get people that come as far away as, you know, Greenwich and New York and Pennsylvania. Some people make a pilgrimage every year, and folks that come from Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont. But that's, you know, that's a huge. That is a huge. It's a $100,000 concert that we put on every year in the park.
Yeah.
It's a big community block party. It's a wonderful thing that we do, and it's free.
I like
every
the peak.
every year. It's free. In terms of our in-house season, if you will, inside of the facility, we're getting audience. But we just had to. We're writing grants all the time, like I'm sure you guys have to do at the chamber. So we just did our most recent demographic survey, and it's something crazy, like 71 different towns in Connecticut and Rhode Island were audience members coming into Chorus of Westerly events. It's very dominated by, as you would imagine, folks coming from Westerly and from Stonington, but we have a large group in all the villages in Stonington, but we have a large group of folks that come over from New London and from Groton on the Connecticut side, and going up to Willimantic and places like that come in there. The core is probably within maybe a 10-mile shot of downtown Westerly. But it's very broad-reaching, and that is a reflection of the membership, because the membership comes from almost the same demographics of towns. I think it's something like 42 different towns the members come from between the two states. So it's neat, because particularly for the children, because you have these 100 kids and they're not all coming from one particular school. They'll have friends that live all over the place, so they connect back and forth.
Right.
As a singer growing up myself in there, you know, many of my best friends were in the Charahoe School District, or you know, went to Fitch or something like that. You know, I was a Stonington High School graduate. So, you know, it was neat to have friends that were all over southern New England. But that speaks to kind of how it's the chorus has really become this sort of, not just this Westerly, Rhode Island based organization, but this southern New England based organization. Very, very broad reaching.
So is that sort of where the Chorus of Westerly's direction down the line is, to get a broader audience? Is that somehow
Yeah,
part of the
absolutely.
strategic plan?
It certainly is one of the, and Andrew can speak to this a little bit more. One of the, it's hard for us to get by the Thames River, to be frank. That's
As a business owner in Mystic, Connecticut, and lived all my life in Mystic, and it's here's the thing, and I will tell you, it's it's a mindset.
Yes.
I mean, like yesterday, my husband said, let's go out to lunch. It's a beautiful day. And when I mentioned a place over the Gold Star Memorial Bridge, he said, oh, we got to go over a bridge. We can't go there. Let's go to Westerly.
a big bridge, too.
It's a big bridge.
A big
I
bridge.
mean, wait a minute. It's 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's
the bridge.
That is our biggest challenge. And on the Rhode Island side, going north, there seems to be something before the airport up there that protects us. And heaven forbid we should go to Massachusetts. But one of the things that Andrew's been working on, he could talk about it, is we've been trying to develop a training choir program, or if you will, a minor league system that it's our hope to start to expand this into the school systems around here. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So looking at where we are as a chorus now, and if you've seen us on those risers, and we're just, packed in there like sardines, and we are really quite full in terms of our singing membership right now. So we've been looking at ways to expand our footprint. One of those ways is a program that we've now been running for 3 years that is allowing us to reach younger children. So we have a music and movement program, which we are just about to start on actually October 17th, if anyone would like to sign up their 3 to 6 year olds, at the YMCA in Westerly. So we're now expanding out of our building and partnering up with the YMCA for that. So that gives us a reach into even younger children than 8, which is the typical age that children are able to start singing in the chorus. Beyond that, we've started the discussions with the Westerly and Stonington school systems about trying to get into the schools themselves for an after-school choral program. And if we can expand that entry-level point to give children access to the choral experience, we're looking to supplement the programs that they already have, not overtake what they're already doing in the school, then we can give a little bit more to the community and expand what we're able to do as an organization.
We've found very good partners with the superintendent of the Westerly Public School System and Van Riley over here in the Stonington Public Schools. In fact, Van Riley has just come on our board of directors and helped initiate this conversation.
I'm going to call him up and congratulate him.
Well, one of the ways we look at audience building is by connecting with more and more families and reaching that footprint out a little bit more and more, because once we can kind of get them into the door in terms of their family being aware of what we're trying to do, or a trust, that's how we can build audiences, to see this is happening at Westerly. But we're really trying to use the chorus as turn it into sort of the hub of the wheel in terms of artistic activity that's happening around here. We've been around for a long time. People have invested in us. Now it's time for us to invest back in the community and expand outside of our building and do these satellite programs and things like that. And that's how you build new audiences and get new people involved and donors and things like that. So very exciting.
Cool. And one thing that you were talking about was having members and being a kind of somewhat of a membership-based organization. How does one become a member? What do you have?
What he means by members is singing membership.
Singing members.
Okay.
We have subscribers who can subscribe to all of our events. So we have, you can go to an event by an individual ticket, or you can subscribe, and Ashley is happy to help you out at any point in time on that. Or the singing members. So when we say members, being a singing member of the chorus is more than just coming to rehearsal and having your music in front of you and rehearsing. I mean, you're a part of the organization. You help us out when we have fundraisers. You help us market the events. And we have expectations, and there's also a level, and Andrew's instituted this, of music education that they're all getting inside of their rehearsal process. So we try to give them more than just, you're just a singer up on the risers. But when we say that an adult and a child are considered equal members, we expect when adults singing a major work, you're going to be at these rehearsals, you're going to have your music learned to this point, and in performance, you're going to act at this level of professionalism, just like the professionals down the orchestra. We treat the children the exact same way. So you and I could be singing for 20 years and have vocal degrees and things like that. but the kid who's 12 years old right next to us, it doesn't matter that they're 12. We treat them just like an
Absolutely.
adult to give them that
Yeah.
experience. So,
But that's a good
so we
thing.
keep them, we consider them again equal
Right.
members,
It
and
sets the
that's
bar high.
right, and that's really where we're different from other choruses in the U.S. I mean, you see children's choruses out there that'll come in and sing their own concert or sing on a major work with an adult choir or symphonic concert. You don't see them merged together.
So Ashley, tell us some of the events that are up and coming.
Our fall concert is November 22nd. It's our fall classical concert, I believe, and there'll be works from Mozart, Schubert, and Haydn.
It is kind of a youthful masters of the classical era concert. All of the works that are on the program were written when the composers were quite young. Haydn was only 17 when he wrote the work that we're doing.
Wow.
I think Mozart was 23, which was actually kind of old for him.
Yeah.
And Schubert, I believe, was 18 when he wrote the Mass in G.
Which a
so-
lot of people don't know that, but
Yeah, right.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
There's our Christmas Pops concert on
That's
December
always
20th.
the popular one.
And I'm very
Yeah.
excited. I mean, these are going to be my first
Oh, you're gonna
my
have a
first
great
experience. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. So if you want to talk about the Christmas
We're doing
Pops
something
program.
really cool at Pops.
You go.
No, you go for it.
So one of the pieces that we've done a few times in the past is called the musicological journey through the 12 days of Christmas. So it's the familiar 12 days that you expect, but each one has a flavor from a different era. So it starts from early Gregorian chant and goes all the way up to Stars and Stripes Forever for movement for the 12th day of Christmas. Well, this year we're adding a theatrical element with Darren Wood of Flock Theatre, who has done 12th Night
Yes.
for us in the past. He's coming in to work with us on Christmas Pops to kind of make it Christmas Pop spectacular. And we're going to have a procession and costumes and all of that along with this. So it should be a wild
Staging
adventure.
the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
I
basically.
think that's fabulous. That's never
Me too.
been done.
No, we've-
Okay, that's never been done before.
We haven't done it with this
No,
before. No.
so that's the brainstorm of who?
I guess me.
If it works, it was my idea. No, it was Andrew's idea, and working with Darren. I mean, we're not doing 12th Night this year, but Darren, we are going to give everyone a big spectacle.
Yeah.
And Darren Wood is a genius, quite frankly, with staging and seeing things. And even as Darren and Andrew explained to me how they were going to do this with a 60-piece orchestra in the middle of it and stage the 12 days of Christmas and have Christmas trees and turtle
Well,
doves.
I'm very
and-
familiar with it.
I've seen a lot of scribbles on pieces of paper,
Yeah,
and they've got
yeah.
it in their heads. But
It'll work.
It'll work, and it should be. If it's anything like what these two have come up with before, it's going to be beyond spectacular. Just
As you were speaking about that and the whole theatrics, I'm thinking about sitting there, and I just know the facility so well. I'm thinking, wow, how is that all going to happen?
You'll have to come and find out.
Well, I'm going to come and find out because it's certainly one of my favorite nights too.
Yeah.
My husband. It's really funny because I think a few years ago, I don't know, I had gotten some tickets, and I don't know how I got to whether it was given to me by a customer. Anyways, I brought a friend, and I turned around, and she was crying. I was like, wow. I mean, that's how moved she was during the whole. The whole night, I was just in awe, and she's crying. And I thought, wow, to bring somebody to actual tears, happy tears is, she said, Christmas is in like 5 days or whatever she said, and she said, I've, just going through some really difficult times, and I needed to be here, and this was so inspiring that I can just go about and do whatever challenges come my way, that this, I was like, "This is free tickets. You're welcome." I don't know how I got these tickets, but you're welcome. Anyways, it's a very inspiring evening,
And we
and
have
if
many-
anybody has not been to at least this particular event in this show, I think it's when you go into the Christmas season, no matter what religion you are, or no matter what you believe in, or what you're going through during your your life, you have to see this, because for at least a few hours, you will forget about everything.
Right.
You believe me, it'll come
Yeah, we
back
have
to
many patrons who, for them, it is a center point of the Christmas season
It
and really
is.
kicks it off.
It really is.
And we should announce Sunday, December 20th is the date of
Right.
that
Yes.
event.
Yeah.
So it is 5 days before Christmas. Perfect way to kick off your holiday season. Great gifts to give tickets to
Yes.
people that
Absolutely.
you.
That's how I got them.
So
And it's
I think
fantastic.
that, it's definitely something that's really exciting. Before that, the date of the classical concert, classical chorus is November 22nd.
That's
you were
correct.
mentioning. So definitely chorusofwesterly.org for the website. And can you buy tickets online, or would they call you and?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Tickets are available online, or I am in the office business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So people can reach out to me, call me, email, whatever's most convenient. But I'm happy
And
to
Ash,
sell tickets over
we
the
have
phone
just
or
a few
online.
minutes, but I mean, for the people that don't know where your place is, can you just kind of tell them the address too?
119 High Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Ashley told us not to ask her any hard questions, and I just thought that was
1
so
month on the
perfect.
job.
I just thought that was great when she looked at Andrew and Ryan and said, High Street. Okay, we got that right. But thank you, all of you, for being on the show this evening. It's always our pleasure to host the Chorus of
Thank you for
Westerly.
Thanks for
having us.
having us.
Thank you for doing such a great job, Ryan. You're going to be
Thank you.
entrenched there forever, and actually, you know, we're gonna see you because it's a great organization.
It is. I feel
to-
very lucky to be a
yeah,
part of it.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And just real quick about the facility that can rent it out.
Yes, I will just do my own plug for the facility. As we've
I
been
left
known
this
to
for
do.
last.
The facility is available for rental, and I am proud to say that I had my wedding reception at the
Yeah.
Chorus of Westerly, and it's such a beautiful and unique spot. It's like a hidden gem because people don't think of it as
Right.
a space,
Right.
like a rental space. So
You
that's
are.
something you would follow up with Ashley about if that's something you're interested in, having a birthday party there, any type of event. It's just, you don't have to do much because the space itself is already
beautiful.
just
It is.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely a plug for that. We just celebrated our 4-year anniversary, so
Congratulations.
hard to
Yes.
believe that.
And it all started there.
Yes.
But anyways, Tricia, so nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome back. Andrew, Ryan, Ashley, we'll see you again it would be December 20th.
Yeah.
That's great.
So the Chorus of Westerly, we are the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, Mystic Matters. Good evening.